All right, folks, let's go ahead and take a look here at XPR, which is Proton. And I got a request actually from one of my very first subscribers. Thank you so much, Tony, for requesting I cover this. I do appreciate you. We go all the way back to April. Long time, right? Either way, thanks so much for joining me here. If you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, of course, I have a Signal group if you want to check that out. Link in the description below, of course. But more importantly, we're just looking at the technical analysis and just kind of get to the bottom of where this is going to go based on its history, trying to predict the future, right? That's kind of basically what it boils down to. So taking a look at Bitcoin first, we always look at that because any good trader will understand what Bitcoin is doing in order to correctly invest in an altcoin, right? Never invest without looking at Bitcoin first, okay? That being said, just quick little heads up here. The price dipped way down to 53,800 and right back up to 56,000 and closed above. So 56,000 is still the current support. That's awesome. Furthermore, 57,500 is the resistance, and just below that, we do have 52,600, of course, as like a secondary support if worse comes to worse. I don't think that's going to happen based on the amount of volume we have. If you take a look at this, the amount of concentrated volume right here is pretty high. So, I mean, we're looking right about 55,000 for a lot of volume. So just bear that in mind. Something to understand here, but generally speaking, looking very good here for Bitcoin. All right, so let's take a look here at XPR and see what's going on. We'll start with the moving averages. This could be part of the reason why the price is increasing consistently. We do have a golden cross. This is a very common characteristic for coin that takes off, and when there's like no other explanation minus the fundamentals, which could be very much part of this. This added that icing on the cake, even though it was ramping up very hard prior to this. We had a really big push up here when the golden cross was coming, okay? Furthermore, RSI at 70 is working as a support level, so just keep that in mind. When the price comes down here closer to 70, it may very well just continue to bounce and keep going upwards. This is a very strong bull run. What's cool about this is I like the pattern here, right? I'm a big fan of staircase patterns when it comes to bull runs, and obviously staircase patterns when it comes to shorting a bear run too, but we mostly just go long, of course. So generally speaking, you see the price come up and over, up and over. That is healthy. That's exactly what you need. You need to have states of consolidation after the price increases. You can't just go straight up to the moon. Some people say that's terrible. You don't want that because it's going to come back down 50, 60, 70% of the time, or it's going to come back that percent from its starting point 100% of the time. Literally almost every single time you can see the price go up to the moon, it comes right straight back down to the stratosphere, whatever analogy you want to throw in there. But generally speaking, that's essentially what I like to see, and this has signs of that. So this is a good, healthy run. I like that. We're looking pretty good here. Let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit. Sorry, that's too far. Let's go back. So what? Back in March, obviously, we had a significant increase. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's when you see a parabolic, right? Look at that. Came up, it came back down about 90-95% of the way that it came up. And look, it took a long while for it to recover too. That's another thing. The farther you come back down, the further you fall, the harder it is to regain the price action again. Okay. I compare this to like a flight of stairs, right? You fall down a flight of stairs, it's gonna hurt like hell. You're gonna have some broken bones, you're gonna have like a neck brace and all this stuff. You're gonna take a while to recover, if ever, right? You might even be in a wheelchair for the rest of your life. This is different, right? When you have a price, where the price comes down and you just trip and fall like in the last set of stairs, right? The last couple stairs, it's gonna hurt. You're gonna scuff your knees, but you're gonna get up and trade another day, right? Same analogy. Anyways, I kind of went off on the tangent there. Sorry about that. That's just something to note and to understand. All right, so we'll just go ahead and quickly mark this too because this is important. We have a previous high. Again, this isn't the all-time high, nor is it the ICO or the very first day, because honestly you should probably just erase that. Like literally that shouldn't have any bearing, even though it does matter sometimes when we get there, which we might get there eventually. I think we're a long ways off, but we can see about 6.1, is that right? Yeah, 6.1 cents. That would be an eventuality perhaps, right? But if we look at Fibonacci here, by the way, too, just take a quick little look at Fibonacci and where the price action is at right now. I think best case scenario, we're going to get up here at 6 cents. That's like best case year end blowing off the top, right? I don't think we're going to see much more than that in this cycle. Again, that's a possibility, right? Is it an eventuality? Perhaps, but we don't know yet. Anyways, that kind of just reiterates the fact that we're on track to possibly get there. However, leading into that, we need to note that we are above this support level here, this previous resistance, the most recent high, right? And that was back in April 1st. A lot of altcoins were killing it right then. But look at this here. Keep this in mind. This one-day chart, this one-day candlestick, it's fairly recent, right? It just opened here a little bit ago. So you need to understand that, yes, that looks good, but until that closes above this resistance level, that's still considered resistance. And what is that? That's 20, we can round up to say 27. So 2.7 cents is essentially the potential support, but also potential resistance, depending on where this one-day candlestick closes. Because as you can see here previously, it's tried to break that twice and hasn't yet. This could be the third time, right? Third time's a charm, they say. So take a look at this. Look at that. We got nice support right here as well. So if we do lose that, we could work itself into a channel right between 2.4 and 2.7. Okay, so that's essentially what we're looking at. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the 4-hour chart and kind of wrap it up here. I'm getting a little chatty. Sorry about that. We're above both moving averages. This is awesome. We do have an ascending pattern here forming, higher highs and higher lows on the 4-hour chart. That's fantastic. Really good stuff. I like it. Everything's great. Another thing to note too, we have a MACD convergence. This was today at what, 1300. So let's go ahead and mark that guy, because I want to take a look at the cloud and see if there's a correlation. Usually there is, but we're already probably pretty well above the cloud, so we'll see. And just so you know, I'm a big proponent for the Ichimoku cloud if you're new to the channel. And the main reason why is just based on the simple fact that the Ichimoku cloud is a really awesome indicator. It's almost as good as the MACD convergence on the 4-hour. So if you're swing trading, for example, you always look at the MACD, see if it converged. What that's doing is it's telling you that the bears have lost control and the bulls have taken control, right? It's that shift in momentum. Basically, the 12 is intersecting with the 26 in an upward fashion. And those are exponential moving averages, kind of telling us that the momentum has shifted. Therefore, we can see here recently that took place. So we look at the 1-hour chart here and we take a look at the Ichimoku cloud. Not an hour or two before that, because again, this is a 4-hour line that I drew on the 4-hour chart. It's not exactly accurate, but it's close, right in the same exact range the price broke above the cloud. So price broke above the cloud. It's also broke above resistance. You can see it got stopped out there 2 or 3 times and broke above. So on the 1-hour chart, this is technically a support level. Granted, I prefer the 1-day chart to actually close and to confirm that, but on the smaller time frame, we are trending towards the previous all-time high. Okay. Now again, we got a long ways to go, but this is essentially a really good point because we just broke this year's all-time high. And to me, that's the most important. Yes, 2 or 3 years ago, we need to understand that, or whatever. I didn't see the time frame there, but whatever that high was at about 6 cents when it opened, its first ICO date, so to speak, that is relevant, but it's not important right now. What's important is the fact that we close above this level, and if so, we're going to start seeing higher highs and some really good stuff here. So as you can already tell, it's doing pretty awesome. It bounced off of here, the support level here at about 2.7 cents, and we should see a continuation to the upside. So I think this is looking very, very good, especially if Bitcoin can trend towards 60,000. We'll see an awesome, awesome return for XPR. So again, are we going to get 2x? Maybe. Definitely not this month, okay? So keep that in mind. We'll probably see somewhere in the range of, I would say, 3 to 4 cents. But that is literally a good, 60, 70%, right? That's a good return. However, I wouldn't expect it to break its all-time high as we saw on the, the Fibonacci retracement. The probability of getting that high is, I would say, pretty low. That's a very overextended, and I would say it's more realistic to say that 3 cents will be the first goal, and then maybe just say 3.5 to 4 cents after that. That's still a good return, right? And especially if you're somebody that got in here, one of the Ys at sub 1 cents. That would be awesome. Comment below if you got in there that early, because that's awesome. Good for you. I wish I had done that now because Proton is taking off. It's doing really good. So XPR is nice. Thank you so much to my patron for requesting I cover this. And again, if you're new to the channel, definitely check out my my Patreon account. It's a really cool situation where I actually send out signals to my community members, provide you with all the trades that I take, and I trade about 85% success rate overall, and it's just growing rapidly. So really cool experience, and we even have bots now where you can one-click follow. So fun stuff. But bottom line here is if you're newer or just even experienced, it's great to be able to communicate openly with the group and we can all learn and grow together. That's the point of that. And that's my goal to make these videos, is to make sure I help educate you on becoming a better trader, to help you trade for a lifetime instead of just for one day. So thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. I hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll look forward to seeing the next one. Take care. Thank you.